the same procedure. What Guru says, see, these five seals are not here. And we understand our body is Atman, our mind is Atman, our prana is Atman. So, Guru first analyzed that these are not. And all these are comprises our individual. So these are not. So what remains? That is the way Guru explaining this. And now we are in the mind. Because mind is very subtle. What Guru says regarding the mind, in our last class we have studied, it is the Monomaya Kosha. And Monomaya Kosha is, we understood that Monomaya Kosha is made of Gyanendriya and mind. This is the Monomaya Kosha. And specifically, it is a kind of Svattika elements. So in Monomaya also it is Svattika elements. It is the subtle thing in our subtle body. Monomaya Kosha is in the subtle body. So that is. Then mind has other things also. In our last class, very important thing we have studied, that who is creating this universe? Who are the creator of this universe? So the main point is discrimination. Discrimination of what? Discrimination of what is Atman, what is Anatman. Discrimination between these two. How can we discriminate these two? We can discriminate between two things. How things are developed? This book is very clearly saying that these outside things, our sukha and dukkha, our desire, everything is not outside. Everything is inside. Our mind is the creator of everything. Our mind is the enjoyer. Our mind, three things are necessary, no? For enjoyment. If we want to enjoy, three things are necessary. What are the three things? The enjoyer. Who is enjoying? The object, what is being enjoyed. And the enjoyment, connecting link. Enjoyment. These three things are necessary. So, here it is said that the enjoyer, the object of enjoyment and the enjoyment all are creating by the mind only. What is the proof? Yes, what is your question? So, what is the proof that mind is creating everything? They give the example of dream. What happens in dream? In dream, our eyes is closed, but we can easily experience the external world things. We are enjoying, we enjoy them. That means the enjoyer, I am the enjoyer. Who is creating the enjoyer? Our mind is creating this enjoyer. Who is creating the object of enjoyment? Our mind is creating enjoyment because our eyes is closed. Outside we cannot see, but still there is the object of enjoyment. Our mind is creating that enjoyment. And the connecting link, the enjoyment itself. We are experiencing that. We are doing that. So, everything mind is creating. And the same thing happened in our waking state also. In waking state, yes, we are creating the subject of enjoyment. We are creating the object of enjoyment. And we are creating the connecting link. That is why we are happy, we are suffering. So everything is connected by this. Now, the question is it possible that a single mind is doing everything? It is creating the thing, it is creating the object. Okay, the counter argument is this. Okay, let us assume that the object is doing everything. Object is creating the subject, everything, the control is not in the mind, the control over is on the object, external object. They are doing everything. In that case, everyone will have the same experience because it is the object. Everyone will have the object experience, same experience, because object is not changing. Everyone will have the same experience, but in reality it is not like that. The same external object is there. I have some kind of experience, you have some kind of experience, he is some kind of experience, she is some kind of experience. So that means object is not controlling everything. Our mind is controlling. So our mind is changing. And our mind is creating, our mind is doing all these three works. Not only that, our mind has the power to stop everything, to remove our bondages. That power is also have in our mind. This everything is the cause of our bondage. But our mind has that potential also to remove our all bindings, remove our all types of bondage. Now, the question is, our Mohan studied philosophy. So he asked a very good question. The Western philosopher Descartes, he also said that we think, that is why the external object is there. That means everything, our mind is creating everything. So we think, that means we are. That is what he said. Then what is the difference between Vedantic creation of mind and Descartes' creation of mind? Here are few differences. Number one, first of all, the Descartes' philosophy is dichotomy. Two things. Descartes said that two things are real. It is called Cartesian dichotomy. So, what are the two things? One is mind and another is outside existing things. These two things. So that is the dichotomy. But according to Vedanta, what?
All is one.
Everything is one. Oneness of existence. So this is the first difference. It is the status of the physical world. So according to Descartes, the physical world, two things are real. external things are also real. And he said, what is the existence? This particular word that we think, that is why we see other things. It is, he said, that is the proof of existence of mind. To prove the existence of mind, he referred that particular statement. So this is the physical status of the world. What is that? According to Descartes, the physical world is real and independent, exists outside our mental reality. So both are real. Now, according to Vedanta, the outside world is illusion. According to Descartes, it is real. And then this is the projection. Outside world is the projection out of our ignorance. The nature of mind. According to Descartes, nature of mind is immaterial, distinct, and individual. He said it is immaterial. So, it is not, mind is not material. Mind has some distinct feature. The individuality is there. But according to Vedanta, mind is there any difference between matter and mind? What?
No.
No. So according to Vedanta, mind is matter. But according to Descartes, immaterial. It is not matter. Then the mind is limited and it is the reflection. Mind is the reflection of the Paramatma, of the Vritti, of the ignorance. That is there. It is the reflection of the universal consciousness. Reflection from mind, from ignorance. So, our concept of individual is partially real, partially unreal. Because reflection from the mirror, the reflection you see, it is real or unreal? Partially real. Partially real. Because if original person is not there, how can you see the reflection? So partially real, partially unreal. Now, what is the creation of mind? How mind creates? According to Descartes, our internal ideas and subjective experiences of the physical reality. This is our internal ideas and subjective experience. So our mind creates. That is why we see these things. So our mind can create something. So it is a subjective experience. According to Vedanta, big shape. It is not. Our mind is creating, but it is the projection. So entire objective experience of the universe is a kind of dream. So it is said the dream is illusory existence. Dream is illusory existence. So when illusory existence becomes intensified, we see the empirical existence. So what is empirical? Three types of existence are there. What? Anybody can? What are the three types of existence? According to Vedanta, you can use Sanskrit term. One is absolute, parvarthika, then Vyavaharika, and then Pratibhasika. Good. Yes, Pratibhasika. So Pratibhasika is an illusory existence, and Vyavaharika existence empirical, and Paramarthika absolute. So they said that first we create the Pratibhasika thing, and then when Pratibhasika is, that means illusory, then if it is intensified, then only we can see the empirical thing. So empirical thing is nothing but the intensified Pratibhasika. When dream becomes solidified, intensified, then we see the real thing. So real thing is also a kind of dream, but it is more intensified. That's all. And then what is the ultimate reality? According to Descartes, two distinct substances, ultimate reality, mind and matter. According to Vedanta, what is the ultimate reality? One, that's Brahma. Non-duality, only pure, undivided consciousness. So this is the difference between Descartes. So according to Descartes, yes, we are experiencing, that is why external things are there. But the creation, here it is said that it is internal ideas, subjective experience of the physical reality. But it is completely not the subjective experience. It is subjective experience means it is not subjective. Why it is not subjective according to Vedanta? What we are experiencing from the outside world, it is not subjective. Why?
Because it's the Brahman, ultimately it's the Brahman experiencing.
Why it is objective experience? Because Atman cannot have any experience. What is experiencing is all objective. Only the subject is Atman. The subjective experience means we are experiencing the subject only. That is also, if we experience in that way, that is also object, becoming object. Because we do not experience in that way, in an objective way. Atman never be object. So when you experiencing something that is different from you, what you are experiencing that is different from you. So that is objective. So this is the difference between Descartes. Now,
how we know that it is an experience then? God is an experience. You say that God is not just knowledge, it's an experience once you say.
yeah,
So then how we know that we are experiencing God? If we don't cannot experience ourselves. You just say that Atma cannot be an experience.
I never said that. I never said that. It is a subjective objective. We are talking about the subjective objective.
Right.
So what
You
we
just say that Atma.
These two experiences are completely different experiences. These two I explained in detail. That what is there is three types of vritti. Bhava vritti, then the jnana vritti. Shankaracharya says three types of vritti. In Bhakti Yoga there is bhava vritti. In this there is a jnana vritti. And in Buddhism there is a shunya vritti. There is three types of vritti. And this vritti is different from our ordinary vritti. ordinary experiencing knowledge. Because our ordinary experiencing knowledge gives birth another vritti. It is a continuous chain of ignorance, one after another, one after another. One vritti gives rise to another vritti. But this Brahmokara vritti, this Jnana vritti, never gives birth another vritti.
Okay, so
Their vritti ends.
how do we know when we have this Brahmakara vritti?
Well, Sri Ramakrishna gave a very beautiful example. A small boy, he is telling his mother, Mother, when I have to go to potty, please call me. Mother says, my baby, when you have the call for potty, I do not have to call you. You yourself will go. So when this Brahman experience will be there, you yourself will know that. Nobody has to identify you like this. Anyway, so now Guru is going further. He is explaining the another verse, the next verse 170. Yes, the 171. He said what happens in the susupti, what happens in deep sleep. He says susupti kale manusi praline. In susupti, that is means deep sleep, manusi praline, mind become dissolved. Mind dissolved. Noivasti kinchit sakalo prasiddhe. It is famous that noivasti, noivo osti, nothing remains. That everybody knows. Then, ato monokolpito eva pungsa. Ato, because of this, monokolpito eva. So mind, it is proved in this way that everything is the creation by the mind. Samsara etasya vastuto asti. In reality, there is no vastu in samsara. Samsara etasya na vastuto asti. Asti means exist. So in reality, samsara now vastuto asti. Everything is the creation. Because in susupti, we cannot have any kind of experience. That is what it is said. In deep sleep, we do not have any kind of experience. Is that 70? Yeah. Susupti kalena. In dreamless sleep, when the mind is reduced to its causal state, there exists nothing for the person to sleep, as is evident by universal experience. The subject has been touched on already, and then as it is evident. Hence, man's relative existence is simply the creation of the mind and has no objective reality. So, everything we are creating by the mind. As we have the previous samskaras, we are creating those things. Then again, how is our mind? It is said that our mind is Vayuna aniyate megha. It is just like a cloud. What happens in cloud? Vayuna aniyate. Who brings the cloud? Wind. That is, it is said. Vayuna aniyate megha. So, clouds are brought by the wind. Punaste noiva niyate. And then again, they are taken. They are driven away by the same agency, by wind only. So, monosa kalpate bandho. Similarly, man's bondage is caused by mind. Mokshaste noiva kalpate. And the liberation too is caused by that alone. So, monehi bandha, monehi mukta. So, you are bound in your mind, you are liberated in your mind. So, everything is the mind. Mind is the most fictitious particle agency. What is creating all kinds of mess. Get hold of your mind. When we think something, when we are sad, when we are happy, just pounce the throat of your mind. And you see, everything will become controlled. Don't allow your mind to raise its hood. Never. That is why Swami Vivekananda said, had I start my education from the beginning, if I forget everything, and had I start my education from the beginning, I shall first practice meditation. Why? Because by meditation, I can get control over our mind. That's the purpose. Then the next verse, 173. Dehadi sarva vishaye parikalpa ragam. Dehadi sarva vishaye. Deho means body, Sarva vishaye means indriya, all our senses. And all our rupa and rasa. What is there? Rupa, rasa, gandha. All five things are there. Rupa, rasa, gandha, sparsha, and Sravana.
Shabda.
Sabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. So these are. So dehati sarva vishaye parikalpya ragam. Parikalpa means creating. So deha and all other things are creating raga. Raga means anuraga. Anuraga means attachment, love. So all these things. Dehati sarva vishaye parikalpa rago badnati. Badnati means sneheno sneheno vadnasi manasmuriya. So like that. So vadnasi means tiding. Teno purusam, one individual, that individual, like Poshubhat. Poshubhat gunena. Animal, Shankaracharya, very harsh language he is using. Just we tie the animal, the cow and other animal we tied on the pole, just like the human being are tied like Poshubhat, like animal. Why? Because of the senses and rupa rasa, etc. All our senses and all our gyanendriyas, we develop the raga, the anuraga, or dukkha, opposite also. Dukkha and raga, both. And then, just like that, it is tied like an animal. And then, vairasya matra. Vairasya matra means, vairasya means, yes, dejection, means disgusting. How we can get rid of that? We have to develop this disgusting attitude. How disgusting or how rejection or dejection? Vishabhat. Vishabhat dejection, like a poison.
It's kind of like neti.
Yes, so Vishabhat. Subhidhaya paschadenam. Subhidhaya means completely. Subhidhaya. And then paschadenam in other time. Enam. Vimochayati tanmano eva bandhat. So they released. Vimochayana means released. Tanmana, that one, eva bandhat, from the bondage. So they released it from the bondage when we develop this kind of dejection, like poison. It creates an attachment in man for the body and all other sense objects and binds him through that attachment like a beast by means of rope. Afterwards, the self-same mind creates in the individual an utter distaste for these sense objects as if they are poison and free him from the bondage. So what we do, if a small bottle of poison is here, it is a poison, dangerous poison. No, take it out, you do not touch it. Take it out first. If we develop this kind of dejection, like a poison, to the worldly things, then our bondage will go. And it is already said in previous verses, that we have to criticize this because these are impermanent. No use. If it is something is impermanent, we do not have any use. Why should we know this impermanency will give us trouble or blow or problem, whatever? Why should I go there? Now, here is a big question. What the household people will think? Because household people cannot think in this way. They have their family, they have their everything. Now, regarding this, I have two arguments, two things to say. Number one, our bondage is so intense and our samaskaras are so deep that simple this kind of thing is nothing going to happen. It is a kind of one drop of water in a huge furnace. Nothing is going to happen. But if we think it, if we practice it, it will give us immense control. Try to remember what Swami Vivekananda replied to, who is that philosopher? No, that who told that we enjoy this world like a orange. Who is that? Who is that philosopher? What is his
Roman?
Huh?
I can't remember the name, but I read it about it.
Yeah. I think I
Roman,
remember
right?
afterwards, right?
Roman was his first name, right? No? Okay.
So he told Swami Vivekananda that you see, this world is for us an orange, and we know how to squeeze it and how to enjoy every drop of it. But you people are telling, no, this world is illusion, dream, etc., etc. So you don't know. You are unable to enjoy. But Swami Vivekananda was another kind of Ingersoll. Yes, right. Ingersoll. Now Swami Vivekananda's answer was, we know I am eternal and the time is infinite. So we do not hurry. And we test every bit of it because we do not hurry. You are in a hurry, so you test it like a grab it. But we know everything is eternal. So very loosely, calm and quietly we enjoy more happily. So this is maturity. So if we have the control over ourselves, we can enjoy every bit of our life. So there are two types of enjoyment. One is enjoyment of living, and another is the enjoyment of life. What we do, we enjoy our living. We do not enjoy our life. So if we have the control over ourselves, then we can enjoy our life. So I have luxury car, I have luxury things in my house, in my parlor, in my everywhere. That is not enjoying the life. That is enjoying the living. Enjoying life is completely different. So we want to enjoy life, not the living. So this is the answer actually. If I have the control, if we have the control, we can enjoy every bit of it and in a more mature way. So that is what it is said. if we develop this kind of pratipoksha bhavana, this is called pratipoksha bhavana, opposite thinking. So all kind of these things we have to develop the opposite thinking. How can we develop this notion that this is a kind of poison? We have to develop the pratipoksha bhavana, the opposite kind of thinking. And starting from everything is impermanent, and these are giving us. So this is a kind of auto-suggestion. This is a kind of auto-suggestion. You have to feed your mind always this kind of thing. And discrimination. You have to fight. So here is the difference between Bhakti path and Jnana path. This is the Jnana path. In Jnana path, you have to exert your effort. In this discrimination, you have to exert your effort. But in Bhakti, you do not have to exert your effort. Because you can get there an extra additional thing which is called
Grace.
Kripa grace. So this additional thing you can get there, the grace.
In a Jnana yoga also grace is required. Without grace nothing happens.
Well,
His effort is needed, but the grace still has to come.
yes, Shankaracharya says that bhakti in the preliminary stage, bhakti is required to become fit to exercise the jnana. And Ramanuja says vice versa. Ramanuja says you have to practice jnana to become fit to practice bhakti.
Right.
So it is, Okay, any question? Because another 2 verses, then we shall go another chapter, because another 2 verses we shall read regarding the mind, and then the disciple will ask another question actually. 74, 75 we shall read, and then 76, 78, when Shishya is asking the question, in verse number?
What comes later?
Soon I think.
No, Maharaj, it comes much later.
Huh?
It comes much later.
Oh, much later? Yeah, after the Anandamaya Kosha.
After no Buddhi, the
Vijnanamaya.
Oh, Vijnanamaya Kosha, after the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Okay. So I think we have completed. Actually here only. Here Guru concludes the discussion on the cause of bondage and liberation. What is bandha, what is mukta? So up to this, bandha and mukta. So these are the bondage and these are the mukta. And the next, the Guru gives the asking. Guru gives the reply of the question, purity of the mind as the cause of moksha. Purity of mind. What is the cause of moksha? The disciple asks this question.
how to purify the mind.
How to purify the mind? The verse number 145.
What, can I ask you a question?
Yes, yes. Verse number 145. No, the question is in the verse number 145. That is the question. Either 143 or 145. No, not one. Katham Vimoksha. 147. What is the verse number, the question?
The discrimination between.
Just 1 second, please. I am searching the question.
How to cut down this tree of ignorance?
That is, what is that?
147.
147. Yeah. No, that is,
Tree of
yeah,
ignorance.
no, but all the questions in one place. you
Oh,
know.
that is 49.
Number 49.
Oh, number 49,
That's
yeah.
much beginning.
Just 49.
Yes, just 49. See the verse number 49. Here, all the questions are clear. Ko namo bandho prathame agataha. And then what is Atman, what is Anatman?
Other questions.
Yes.
We are on number 4 now, that's what he's expanding. What is the nonsense?
Yes, said nonsense, it is what is the purity and how can we get rid of that. Next we shall start actually the purity of mind from verse number 77.
176.
Guru concludes in verse number 76. Tasmat manaha karanamasya jantoho. That is the verse. Here Guru concludes the discussion, the cause of bondage and liberation. That is verse number 147. It is said. Katham vimokshaha. How the bondage will go. So it is said, this is the bondage, and how the bondage will go, this is the reply. In this way, the bondage will go. And then, purity of mind. 76 is the purity of mind.
176.
176. Yeah. Yes, what is your question?
The difference between discrimination, it's easier to have a discrimination that goes with for the physical things, you know, to find that they're illusory or the body is temporary, we all have to die, like that. But the discrimination with the pleasure of the mind, you know, like you find music or sightseeing or things more subtle like that, you know. Some people say they find it more difficult to discriminate how to find that they're illusory like that. Or like smoking, or like going to see a movie.
See. I would understand.
You understand what I mean?
Yes.
It's more subtle.
Yes, I could understand what you are asking. So see, there are different types of philosophies, different types of approaches. What you are asking, that is mainly the psychological questions. Our mind and its function. That is the psychological thing. The whole psychological thing is based on the objective world. Our mind and this objective world, what we are seeing, the sightseeing, blah blah blah, etc., all are objective world. So there are processes by restricting ourselves in the objective world.
By what? Restricting?
Yeah. By restrict, we shall not go anywhere else, only we concentrate ourselves on the objective world. So that kind of thing is dealt in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. All these things are very clearly dealt in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. But another process is there. By analyzing more deeper thing, not the mind. So mind is all objective means Prakriti. That is the Prakriti Ashraya things. Based on Prakriti, all the discussion is there. But this discussion is based on Atman. centering Atman, we are discussing this. That is based on mind, we shall discuss. So Patanjali discussed everything basing, centering the mind. So that is why it is called Prakriti, mind is Prakriti. Prakriti Ashraya discussion. That philosophy is called Prakriti Ashraya philosophy. But this is Atman Ashraya philosophy or Brahman Ashraya philosophy.
Right, but
So
you were
two
saying.
philosophies are completely different.
Yeah, but you were saying that people misunderstand the Atma for the mind for the Atma. You also, you mentioned that the philosopher, French philosopher, what's his name?
Descartes.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
other places. You
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that
so what I said,
they may understand that the mind is the Atma.
they do not have the concept of Atman at all. According to Descartes, mind is self.
Right.
Not only according to him, also for me, others, many people.
No,
No?
no.
Ah,
It is the Western concept is dichotomy. Western concept is body and mind,
Right.
but
Good.
not the Eastern concept. Eastern concept is always three: body, mind, and Atma. This is the basic fundamental difference.
I know, but is it the trick of Maya that you find yourself to think you are Atma, instead you're actually referring to the mind?
So what's wrong in it? Yes,
Is
that's
wrong-
true.
There's nothing wrong in that.
No. But we have to, if we only understand these things, so we cannot get rid of the Maya. Ultimately, we have to get rid of the Maya.
That's why I was asking how you renounce
That is what
pleasure.
we are studying. We are studying the same thing.
How you give up subtle pleasure, like instead of gross pleasure. The subtle pleasure like music, like going to a movie.
Everything like a poison you have to get rid of.
You do have that strong desire for liberation. That was the initially they said. What is the qualification of students to read this? Is basically that is the mumukshutva. That to liberate yourself. You are really disgusted by worldly thing and you.
Nityanitya vastu viveka, iha amutra phalabhoga viraga, samadama shadasampatti, and moksha. These four things.
So Swami, there is a math, science, all that subjects, right? Don't you think that human needs music,
Right.
art?
But that is still not
Yes, what means what kind of need?
Like,
Otherwise, what will happen? If there is
exactly. I
if
think
there is
You're
no
gonna
music,
die.
if there is no music, if there is no art, then what will happen? Tell me, what will happen?
You're gonna die.
I think the world will be so boring.
No, but that is true if there is no
Wait,
maths or
wait,
science
I
also.
can tell you.
Yeah.
I
Slowly.
think I agree with Pino.
Right.
No.
You see, I'm not just only one. No, I have my own army. You
Calm
know?
down.
He has his own army.
Calm down.
I
He
can
has
tell
his
you.
Argument.
Wait,
Nothing is
wait.
going to lose. Music will stay here for infinite time. Everything will stay here. Nothing will go by my simple word, Everything will come down. So slowly think. See, if nothing is there, then everything will go as usual. There are people, they do not want anything from outside. Still, they are extremely happy. Take the example of Ramana Maharshi. They don't have anything. He used to stay in one cave, but that's all. Thousands of people are going there. He just turned his face other side, like that. That's all. And they become priest. So there are people, they don't need anything from outside.
He was born like that,
No,
Swamiji.
no. Just listen, just listen. No harm in listening. No harm in listening. So these people, they are extremely happy by not connecting themselves with anything else. These people are called Atmarama. Only that day we studied the verse from Bhakti, Naradiya Bhakti Sutra, that Matto Bhavati Stapto Bhavati Atmaramo Bhavati. So if we get the Parabhakti, then what will happen? Stapto Bhavati, become calm and quiet. Matto Bhavati, we get elated, and Atmaramo Bhavati. So this concept is Atmaramo. When we connect ourselves and get enjoyment from external world, what is happening? We forget ourselves. When we are connected with the external world, we forget ourselves, completely forget ourselves. In our daily life, how many seconds we think that we have some identity? Never and never. We do not think that I have some identity. But don't be upset, because Sri Ramakrishna, in his total spiritual life, he included music.
Yeah.
Don't be upset.
And jalebis too.
Don't be upset. So when he could not speak, he used to sing. And when he used to sing, he went into samadhi. So music is always there. Don't worry. Yes.
So which I think the challenge here is between, like, we are saying that secular knowledge is required for the happiness, kind of, right? But I think the next level of happiness is totally different. And for that, the secular knowledge is not sufficient. So I think,
See, if you think very carefully, what is our secular knowledge? Secular knowledge is nothing but collection of information. That is knowledge only. That will not give us the wisdom.
Mhm.
The mind, the verses we studied today, so that is like the avarana shakti of the mind, the covering like the clouds. So this mind is actually inert, but ultimately the shakti for the mind is coming from the Atma Shakti.
Yes, absolutely.
So we are misusing the Atma Shakti. Like
Yes, yes, absolutely. Absolutely, no doubt about that. Yes.
so when you, the second last verse that you read, in a deep sleep state, the mind is not completely destroyed, not 100% destroyed. Is it correct?
Not mind is destroyed 100%, but the experience is coming. Yes, you are kind of right. From where the experience is coming. The experience means breathing. Yes, because beyond this deep sleep, there is a turiya. Yes, yes. So that is completely. Yeah, you can say mind. Now, I.S. is there. That Mula Gyan. Any question from the online?
This I have a question.
Yeah.
I read it somewhere, and I cannot remember where I read it, that importance of mind. Today, whatever verses we have read, or talked about, you have explained, most of them talk about the importance of mind with regard to either bondage or liberation. So that's what, somewhere I read that, Mani Evam Vishyam Karanam Bhavata Mokshero.
Yes,
So, the mind alone is the cause for either bondage or the liberation.
yes,
So,
both,
Both. To be laid upon the mind.
Both.
To know the mind that.
yes, yes, absolutely. That is what we studied, yes. That is what we studied. Mind is your friend and mind is your foe. That is the question, yes.
I just have a few quick comments, miscellaneous comments. So there is a tendency to get caught up in semantics. For example, when you said experience is objective because the Atman is beyond experience, so it does not experience. But at the same time, you said everyone's experience is different because people's minds are different, so that's a subjective experience. But
It is not subjective experience. Subjective experience is completely different. What does it mean by subject and object?
yeah,
So, all experience, if the object of experience is different from us,
yeah.
that is the objective experience.
Right. So it's important to understand the concept and not get caught up in semantics. That's the only point I'm trying to make. And just in defense of what Pino said, I think what he's saying is just it's a step-by-step process. You want to give up, the more gross enjoyments, and for the more subtle, it's and
I am asking this total two different philosophies.
uh-huh.
This is two different, completely different philosophies.
Yeah.
And he was just asking, just like, I'd seen like just a simple question like, okay, we do gross things like smoking.
Yes, yes.
But we do enjoy more fine
We
things
are-
like music and things
You
like
It's a
that.
stepping
right,
stone
but
towards-
we
You're not
are.
talking philosophy, you're just saying how to give that up or
No, no,
should
that
we
is
give
a-
that?
that is a
That's
different
his
issue.
question.
What we are studying, it is not light, it is not simple. It is extremely deeper thing.
Right,
Yes.
It is extremely deeper things. We are studying philosophy.
right. And that brings up
It
the
is
final.
not that kind of discussion we already done, because we are way farther from that kind of light discussion.
Right.
These are extremely deeper discussion.
And Swami, that actually brings up
Because in this
final-
book, the verses we have studied, they said that this disciple is now qualified.
Exactly.
He practiced and attained lot of things.
And giving up doesn't mean giving up everyone, it has to be mental detachment. You don't have to detach completely and go to the Himalayas.
So, for that, I'm reminded, Thakur said that, right? The mother is cooking in the kitchen, the child is playing with toys, and the child is crying, mother will give some other toy, something to distract. And the child is keep on playing. At some point, the child is fed up with all the toys, and then it will cry. Then the mother will turn off the heat of the oven, then she'll come and take it. It's like, so in that sense, as long as we find there's no problem in the world, we're enjoying it, it's no problem at all, because we don't have a problem. When at some point we are exhausted with no enjoyment, or we feel that there is some difficulty, that's the beginning of spirituality. So if you are enjoying it, like there's nothing to say to a person enjoying, just enjoy. But the person who is not fully enjoying or he wants permanent enjoyment, that's when this whole topic starts.
No,
Right, so there's nothing
we
harm
need
in
the permanent
enjoying
enjoyment.
anything, huh?
What use of temporary enjoyment?
Huh?
We all have the temporary enjoyment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can enjoy
What
music.
use of temporary enjoyment?
That's what I'm saying. People have to come to that stage. So we can enjoy music, but the Buddha said that we still have to worry about old age, death, and disease and death, right? So nothing harm in enjoying. So that's, he was asking, like, we can enjoy everything. I think what is here, Thakur said, enjoy everything, but when a person seeks permanent enjoyment, then you come to spirituality. Then you ask this question. If somebody's enjoying, happy, enjoy, then enjoy.
No, it is a
Not
kind
just
of-
come to spirituality, you
Even-
want complete mumukshutvam, this is
I didn't even
steps
get
is
to finish what I'm
way
saying.
higher than all of that, much higher, much higher.
No, but there is
Sri
wrong
Ramakrishna itself said, that you are eating thorns, you bleed and you eat thorns.
Like a dog chewing the bone.
So these steps are for much higher.
This is
Higher
way
purpose.
higher than what we are discussing right now.
Yeah. We're
But
not-
still, people have to have the questions because they want to go from wherever they are to the next level. So people have the question, like,
No, no.
I'm able to give up smoking, but I'm not able
That
to
is
give up
true,
smoking.
that
Right?
is
You're just
true.
guiding, you're asking for guidance, that's it.
No, yes, but the setup is there, everything as a setup. Slowly we have developed this one. We are now on 176 verses. So from starting from one, we came there. So all these things we have discussed from 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. etc.
But I will read the Yoga Sutra a little bit. Because you.
I did 6 years here.
Yeah.
Yoga
yes.
Sutra.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
6
yeah.
years.
is very good.
yeah, Swami, just one other quick comment. You were talking about jnana versus bhakti. The way I like to think, one way to think of
Let
it,
me check first from the,
Thank-
anybody
thank-
from online?
Yeah.
Yes, Maharaj,
Yes, yes.
I'd like to ask a question relating to this morning's lecture
Yes,
on superimposition.
yeah.
You know, I was raised a Christian, and we read in the Bible that, in Genesis, that God created the world in 7 days, and He created Adam and Eve. And there's many other like religions where, God created this world. But according to Vedanta, and I'm reading this from our guru, it says this world is superimposed on Brahman.
Yeah.
The world is imagined where there exists only Brahman.
Yeah,
How is that explained, when we're.
we shall read
brought up
verse
to believe
number,
that God created this
yes,
world, but
yes.
Vedanta saying it was never created.
yes. Vedanta's view is that never created. I can tell you the answer. We shall discuss it, how it is superimposed and how it happens in verse number 249. That world is unreal.
yeah,
In Vedanta, in Viveka Chudamani, it is there. Everything is there in Viveka Chudamani. So,
Okay.
yeah, so we shall discuss it. But to your answer, God created that. Well, God can do anything and everything. But from where God created that?
yeah,
But in duality, when you go into duality, of course, there is a God in creation.
Yeah, God created everything, but from what?
from potential.
From saying there's a Purusha and Prakriti, there's a Prakriti.
Please don't mix Bible with Purusha and Prakriti. Our greatest problem is that we, like Indian people, they like khichdi. In everywhere they try to cook khichdi. So he is asking from Bible. So we have to stick on Bible. So my question is, from where God created? What is the the basic material? You cannot get
Himself.
you cannot get the right answer from Bible. So that here Swami Vivekananda raised a question
I
that
can
you
answer that
cannot get something from nothing.
Right.
So to eliminate this particular problem, the Vedantic concept is evolution and involution. So this universe is eternal. So in cyclic order, it goes to the evolution and involution. That is the concept, Vedantic concept. So there is no creation. Creation means evolution. And it goes back to evolution in a subtle and subtlest state. And then again it evolves.
Yeah.
Sri Ramakrishna gave that example. Sri Ramakrishna says that mother, she collects all the seeds and keeps it. And when time comes, he saw it, and then the big, trees and other things come out.
Yeah.
So exactly the same way. They went into this very subtlest form and began. Actually, it is also the black body. Black body is nothing but that, the evolution and involution.
Dark matter.
It goes very
Dark
subtlest
energy.
and subtlest particle,
Yeah.
subatomic particle,
Yeah.
and then it evolved.
Yeah,
Black
Swami,
hole,
they recently found out, they've recently
Big
proved
Bang and black hole,
Yeah.
the same.
they recently proved the existence of what's called virtual particles that go in and out of existence, very similar to Vedanta.
Okay, I think we will conclude. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Krishna Arpanamastu. Thank you.
Anurag, thank you.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.